Hey, good morning, Tackle Warehouse fans. Jake here with this week's episode of What's New with Tackle Warehouse. I've got some super cool stuff to show you today. The first couple from Megabass. And just like all Megabass stuff, you know, there's so much detail and innovation that goes into each lure. This first one is the new Megabass Mega Dog. Now, if you guys have ever thrown, big baits for, big trophy-sized bass, you know the power of a big topwater walking bait like this. Megabass is kind of taking theirs a step further with just the design and overall features of this bait. You can see here it has a big, wide, flat bottom on it and a tapered tail. This gets it to sit perfectly flat on the surface, just slightly head up so it cuts through the chop really well, almost like an old school pencil popper. And also there's a sideways internal rattle system in there. So it's got a really loud knock to it, but it also makes sure the bait stays balanced at all times. Also in here, double split rings plus swiveling hook hangers. So no matter what, when you get this fish hooked up and they're trying to throw the bait, it's a lot harder for the fish to gain leverage and actually throw the bait. It's got a fully wired through frame on it, so if you want to go chase after big toothy fish and it completely gets destroyed, it'd be no problem because you still have a wired through harness on there for extra durability. All right, next up from Megabass, we got the new Big M 4.0 crankbait. Now this is a magnum size crankbait. It's almost a small swim bait, as you can see. It's 5 inches in length. There's some really cool things about this that Yuki Ito designed. So what's cool about it is it has these super flat sides on it, and the way the bill is shaped and just the overall balance of the lure, it doesn't wobble side to side like a normal crankbait. It actually has kind of a side to side, screw type shimmy action. That's how it swims. Now what that does is those flat sides, it helps it reflect a lot more light, so it actually has a lot more flash in the water, especially down deeper depths. And this thing runs almost 13 feet deep. So even though it has that small bill on there, don't let it fool you. You get down to 13 feet with it. Big, oversized, razor sharp trebles on there. Loud knocker. Heavy weight transfer system in there so you can cast it like a bullet no matter how windy it is. If you're looking for, just a big bass crankbait, you're chasing trophy caliber fish, you're trying to put that kicker fish in the boat at the end of the day, this is definitely going to be the way to go. All right, next up from Megabass, the one that I'm most pumped about is the new V9 spinnerbait. So you can see here, unlike any other spinnerbait I've ever seen on the market, first off with the head design, it has a keeled belly on the bottom, and then it also has a water-through slit on top. This allows it to track straight at any speed, and also it recovers really quick after you deflect off cover. So if it bounces off something, it's not going to roll sideways very long. It'll get right back to running straight. The wire frame on here, super flexible, so you get a lot of vibration out of it. And the blade's actually bent specifically so that front-running blade will actually make contact with the arm, so you get a subtle clicking noise out of it as well. And these blades on here, they're willow leaf blades, but as you can see, they're not a traditional willow leaf blade. They have a different shape to them, almost a wider cup shape down here towards the bottom of the blade. That's going to give you a lot more vibration than a traditional willow leaf blade, so you're kind of getting the best attributes of, multiple styles of blades all into one here. It's finished off with a hand-tied skirt that sits on a really wide hub, so your skirt flares really well. Has a long shank hook, so you don't really need a trailer hook with it. Just ready to fish right out of the package, and just, a lot different than anything else you're going to see out there on the market. And from Livetarget, this guy came out at ICAST. I know that all the fishermen up north are excited about it, all the ice guys. This is the new Livetarget Yellow Perch Lipless Crankbait. As you just like all the Livetarget baits, it looks just like a yellow perch. It's extremely lifelike. All the subtle details in there, the gill plates, the small red under the gills, the 3D eyes. Got the molded fins on there, scales, a little lateral line, just an immense amount of detail on these baits. Now they're balanced for specifically throwing like a yo-yo style retrieve. So they have great vibration coming up and they swim right back down. And these are actually really good for swimming up through the ice right now. For all the people up north that are still jigging through the ice, definitely want to check that one out. All right, from V&M, we got their new vertical shad, another vertical jigging style lure here. As you can see, it's a small, soft plastic, almost style jerkbait, but it's made to go on a small jig head, and it's got a bunch of cool detail on it. It's got the small forked tail on it. It's got a little bit of texturing on the side, and as you can see, it's got these small fins built into the side. Now that helps it glide a little bit. You get some great action out of it. You just get that little lifelike detail of a bait fish. When you're vertical jigging, it's that time of year. The water's super cold. You're dropping down on the suspended fish that are super deep. One of the things I didn't know about these little side fins that I learned from Cliff Pace on his video on this is that your transducer is able to actually pick up that little bit of side fin on there, so it gets a little bit bigger profile. So you know when you're dropping down, you're trying to watch your bait go down on your graph. This actually picks it up, makes it a little bit easier to pick up, makes it a little bit more clear. So awesome little vertical jigging bait there by V&M. All right, from Fishhead, we got the new E-Series Hammer Spin 2. Now, we've already carried this style head. Now we got the weedless model in. So you got 2 wire weed guards on there. So you're able to take this finesse style head, you know, it's got that little blade on there just for a little bit of extra action, little flash and vibration. Now you got the weed guard on there, so you can go through a little bit heavier cover, through grass, through brush piles, anything like that. And this is built on fish heads. It's kind of an all-purpose head design. So it's kind of a cross between multiple styles of heads, so you can do lots of different things with it. You can skip docks with it, you can fish deep ledges with it, you can fish through brush with it, you can swim it if you want to. Just a really cool little finesse jig vibe. Fish head. All right, another one with a little bit better weedless capabilities. A few weeks ago, I showed you guys the Trokar Neko hook. Now we got the Trokar Neko weedless Neko hook. So if you guys, you know, the Neko rig's getting so much more popular, you guys doing a little bit more finesse fishing. Now you got a weedless model, so you can do those kind of finesse techniques around a little bit heavier cover and docks and grass and things like that. It's got these 2 fiber weed guards on there. So I like the double weed guard since it's going to actually protect the hook a lot more, and it's not going to stop your hook sets nearly as much. So you're going to get tremendous hook sets even though it's a weedless hook. And then as always with Trokar hooks, you're going to get better hook penetration, better hook sets than any other hook on the market. All right, from 6 Cents. 6 Cents is getting into the tungsten market. We got the new 6 Cents tungsten flipping weights. These are great flipping weights. They all come in black, and they actually feature a heat-treated finish on the outside. So it's not regular powder coating, it's heat-treated, so you can throw it into rocks and fish the heaviest cover, and you're never going to wear the finish off. It's never going to chip or fade. So, you know, it's a lifetime finish on it, so great that new tungsten weights from 6 Cents. All right, another cool one that we just got. This is the new Anglr Bullseye. So this is made to go to work with the Anglr app, which is completely free. So what this is a small device that you can put on a lanyard, put on your hat, put on your pocket, anywhere you want to go. And it's linked into your app. And what it does is every time you catch a fish, you can just click the button in it, and it records a ton of data. So you get water temperature, weather, you're going to get your GPS grid coordinates of where you're at. You can also double tap it, and you can put in a little bit more information. You can store photos of the fish on the app with it. There's a million things that you can do with this thing. So, I mean, any angler, whether you're a professional tour level angler or just someone who likes to go fish from the bank, you can record a ton of data with this, and you can overlay all your information once you're at home on your phone or your computer or anything like that, and you can find different trends and different patterns that you've discovered, and you know, where you're catching fish, and just compile a lot more information, become a better angler. Check out the new Anglr Bullseye. All right, last up from Daiwa. These were iCast release as well. These are the new tactical lure covers and reel covers. Now these are made up of marine grade material, so you never have to worry about them rotting over time, or you know, any kind of corrosion building up or anything like that. So the lure covers come in multiple sizes, cover anything from, you know, small crankbaits all the way up to, you know, big, large swim baits, heavy duty, you know, loop closure Velcro all the way around the outside, super strong. And plus I like the clear one so you can actually see what lure you got in there. If you got a bunch of lures covered up, you're not going to forget which rod has what on it. And the reel cover is made out of the same material. Really nice. They have drain ports on the bottom, so you can keep all your reels covered, and you're not going to have to worry about you know, rust or, you know, water, corrosion, mildew, anything like that building up in your reel. It'll dry out, maintain them dry, and then that material on the outside is going to protect the finish on your reel. So just overall increase the life of your reel, keep stuff from getting in them too when you're traveling. Check those out from Daiwa. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase products seen here today, please click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most excited about.